Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. I know it's a bit early, but it's early enough to start thinking about it. And what I've got hold of is this mould. Now, I haven't used it before, so I don't know if it's any good, but it's actually a Christmas light mould. And it comes with 2 sets of battery-operated lights. No batteries, of course. It looks to me like you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of these on. And they come with the little bit attached here where you put your light in. And you just fill that little hole up there, and then you pour your resin in. Now, obviously, you want this to be fairly clear, because if not, your light's not gonna show through. So let's give it a go and see how it comes out. I am also going to show you how, because these have all got these little indents, I'm going to show you how you can highlight those really easily without too much mess. We're going to put a little bit of Hippo colours in there, and I'm going to be using a tiny bit of the red translucent, because I think red is quite Christmassy in it. I'm going to be using the T-Expert Crystal Clear resin for this. It's great resin, and I like it, and it was a really good price, so I was able to buy a gallon of it at a really brilliant price. I've got it all mixed up, and what I'm going to add now is the colour. But be careful when you're adding the colour that you don't add too much. You don't want it to be too dark, because you want the bits to be able to shine through the lights and some of the glitter. So as you see, I only added 3 drops of this, which will be plenty to give this a nice hint of red going all the way through it. Make sure you stir it all in really well so you don't get any trails of the colour. And now, of course, I'm going to add my glitter. Sorry, William. One of my members who doesn't really like glitter. If you'd like to become a member and enjoy the benefits of being a member and all the perks and the Facebook group, then the link for that is in the description below. And here comes my members' names. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm also going to spray them with a little bit of silicone mould release to enable that little stem to remove much easier. I did realise I did have this round the wrong way. I should have had it round the other way, so the little bulbous bit was at the top. But I just thought the lights would slot into that and clip into that little bulbous bit at the bottom. But I was wrong, definitely wrong. So pouring these in, and I'm going to cure these up in my resin curing machine by T-Expert, so I can be confident that the glitter will stay suspended, because it only takes 2 hours, and that way the glitter really does stay suspended throughout and gives a great result. Now, one of the tips is make sure you fill these right to the top, and make sure that you dislodge any bubbles that you've got that were coming trapped underneath these little stems, because you don't want them spoiling it. And by filling these right to the top as well, you're not going to get any tiny little holes in your resin. Now, I realised one of these, and I think it was this one, as you can see, it didn't fill right to the top, and I had a little split in it. But it didn't stop or affect the overall result at the end. Again, going through, checking I've got my resin in all these little nooks and crannies of this reindeer. A massive thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. I really do appreciate it. It's people like you that allow me to buy these moulds and to continue making videos on this channel. Really is appreciated. I go across, burst all the bubbles that are coming up on the top. There isn't many at all, only a few, and then put it in my curing machine to cure up. I've got my second set cured now, which is great, and literally did this lot in 4 hours by repeating the mould and using my wonderful resin curing machine. It does make things so much quicker. I can get stuff done in a day now that used to take me 2 or 3 days. The only thing is, I would say this is a bit delicate, where you have to pull this through. So I can see me pulling that and ripping that. But it does come out. The lights, though, they don't slot in there tight. And I'm going to show you how to overcome that anyway. So don't worry about that. So let's finish unmoulding these. I am going to put these little bits back into these moulds so that I don't lose them, because I know what I'm like. I'll put them somewhere safe and never see them again. The deer ones have got no impressions in, so that's fine. We don't have to do anything with those, but I want these to show up, and the easiest way that I know how to do this is by taking a little bit of acrylic paint like this, putting it on a cloth. So let's do Santa, squidging it all into everywhere that you want it, then taking the cloth again like this and just cleaning it up. Now, it is better not to use a paper cloth, because obviously some of the bits of paper get caught in places that you don't want them, but that's all I had at hand, so that's what got used. And then I go over it very lightly with a baby wipe. Let that dry for about 10 minutes and then I'll go over it again with another baby wipe. You can see how well that has now highlighted all that and makes it look really well and finished. Regarding the star ones, these are quite deep, so I don't want that whole thing there to be filled in. What I'm doing is I'm taking some of my Stuart Semple paints here that I've absolutely love, and all I'm doing is painting on my stars like this. And then the same here for the ribbon that's at the bottom. You don't have to do any of this if you don't want to. You could just have them exactly as they come out the mould. And there we go, that's finished that off as well. The other great thing is, these are still sparkly from the glitter in there. I'm not sure if the sparkle is picking up in there. I think it is, and they're still translucent enough as well. That's the great thing about the hippo colours. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to finish these off and I'll show you how to put in the lights and so they stay in without moving and falling off. The easiest way to get these all to stick in here so they don't come off is using UV resin. Now, I always use the J. Diction UV resin. It cures really hard, doesn't crack, and also it doesn't go sticky. So I use it for lots of different things. All I've done there is squirted that in there. Probably put a bit too much in, but that doesn't matter. Pop that on, and then using the UV light from my kit, because it's a great little UV light. And if you want to know more about my kit, then I'll link that in the description below. It's a great value. You save about $20 by buying the kit rather than buying it all separately. So what I'm going to do is cure that in. When I did the other ones, I did about 3 at a time and cured them under the lamp like this. So let that cure for about a minute and then they'll all be set and I'll show you what they look like on. Well, there we go. That's what they look like on. I'm really pleased with them. I love the way they've come out. Certainly doing the white paint on them really does help. I know it's not ideal to show you them in here because it's still daylight, but I've turned all my lights off as well. Wonderful. I'm going to make quite a few more strings of these as well to start giving out to people and perhaps selling them. Easy to do, great project, and I love Christmas. I love the holiday time, so anything I can make that does that, that celebrates holidays, I'm all for as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of these. I think they're brilliant, or if you've made them as well, I'd love to know. Please remember to boot that like button and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell. Ring that little bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. If you'd like to buy me a coffee to help support my channel and allow me to keep buying moulds and things to test them and show you what I'm making, then the link for that is in the description below, along with the link for everything else. Be sure to check out the video that's coming up next on Christmas. I think you'll love this one as well. It's a really great way of making superb little presents and gifts for people. Take care, enjoy your resin, bye.